AJ Capital. Before we get into the video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Today's video we will be talking about Tesla and why and how it's shooting to the moon. In a month's time, Tesla went from 437 to it's almost 800 today. Every few months you get a stock like this. A stock where everybody's talking about, everybody's trading. Volatility is just rushing through this stock. Nobody knows if it's going to go up or down. A few months back, it would be Roku or Beyond Meat. Disney had a little run. A lot of people making money, and a lot of people have probably blown up their accounts. A few reasons. They beat on earnings. They did better than analysts were expecting. And once they beat earnings, all these different banks coming out saying Tesla's worth this much, Tesla's worth this much. People see that, and they want to jump on board. They're like, oh, this stock's only at 700 right now. Let's ride it to 7,000. This happens all the time. Something rises. It hits a peak, and it falls down just as fast as it went up. Happens with Beyond Meat. It happens in penny stocks all the time. It happened in Bitcoin. I'm not saying this is the top, but be careful. Tesla is becoming really popular. Whenever there's a new shift in something, new technology or something innovative, and you're the face of that new sector, you're going to get all eyes on you. Bitcoin's the face of cryptocurrencies. Beyond Meat was the face of, fake meat or healthy burgers or whatever they call it. They have good earnings. Price target is being raised. Short's getting squeezed, like we talked about before. When you short a stock, the stock goes up, you want to get out. When you get out, you have to buy the cover. And once those people buy the cover, they're actually buying shares, which raises the price even further. And it's called a short squeeze, when it shoots up really fast after everybody buys back in. Last but not least, you got Elon Musk, a lot of people's favorite CEO. He jokes around a lot. People like him. He's down to earth, and people support that. They want to see him do well. Leaders like that don't come often. But a lot of people believe in him. Creativity, his innovation, his intellect. They're not just investing in Tesla, they're investing in Elon Musk as well. All these factors are making the stock price go up. I don't know if it's the top. I can't tell you that. But I can tell you to be careful. I know you're seeing these Instagram posts about people making crazy amounts of money. They're taking on a lot of risk. And when you take on risk, you big reward, sometimes you take big losses. If you can handle that, go for it. If you can't, catch the next party. There'll be another stock like this in the future. It may not be Tesla, it may not be Beyond Meat, it may not be Roku, but it'll be something. People are going to be jumping to it, and the stock's going to shoot to the moon. You may have missed the party. Go home, return your dad's chains, wash your mom's perfume off. You missed it. If you don't think you missed it and you want to trade it, you can do two things. You're not really into options. You want to buy shares. You think the stock's going to go up. Go for it. Just know the risk. Just know at any moment this stock could tank. Same with shorting. I feel bad for anybody who tried to short Tesla within the past 2 months because they got burnt out. Problem with buying shares is you can only control shares pre-market, during market hours, and a little bit after hours. And after hours and pre-market, it'll be tougher for you to sell your shares if you have shares, if you have a lot of shares. So once the market closes, after hours closes as well, you have no control over what happens to those shares. In the hours that the markets are closed and you can't do anything, a lot can happen. That's why I personally wouldn't touch Tesla with shares. The beauty with options, you know exactly how much you could lose or make if you do certain option strategies. If you buy calls, the worst that can happen is they go to zero. Puts go to zero. Be careful if you try to sell options. Usually people tend to sell options when volatility is high. But with a stock like Tesla, volatility may be high now. It could be even higher next week. Not like earnings where, volatility is really high right before earnings. Their earnings announcement came and the volatility collapses. With this, volatility has been rising as the stock's been rising because people are still expecting large movements. People are jumping in, people are FOMOing. Since Tesla's stock's been going up, you may not want to pick a direction. You may not want to buy calls because they're really expensive now. What you can do is you can buy a straddle or a strangle where you profit if the stock goes up a lot or down a lot. You're hedged on both sides. The worst thing that can happen is it stays flat. She's either shooting to the moon or she's going to go down to the 600, 500 area. The problem with straddle and strangles, they tend to be really expensive. You want something cheaper, you want to catch the move. If you're bullish, you buy, let's say, a vertical. The good thing about verticals, you can make money as it goes up, and it won't cost you as much as buying calls. Use Tesla as an example. You buy the 800 call and you sell the 840 call, and when you sell the call, you receive money, which you can use to fund the other side of that trade. So instead of buying a call option for $3,000 a contract, you could reduce that cost a lot by selling a further higher strike call, receiving money for that. The only problem, you won't get these ridiculous gains. You'll get max profit of how much you'll make, but it won't be, you won't be making $1 million in a day. Or if you want to go the other way, you think, oh, Tesla's going to drop, but you don't want to spend so much money on the puts, buy a put, sell a further out put, a lot cheaper. Like I said, careful. It's tempting. I know. Sometimes you feel like you missed it. One good trade like that could make your salary for a couple years in a row. It's fun to imagine, but it's more important to stay in the game. Keep your money. If you missed a party, there's going to be one again in the future. E&J Capital.